This afternoon, or this evening, we have with us our DePalato Elementary School, and they are going to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody got one? All right.
Hey, I got a pencil to myself. Wow. I don't know what's in here. I never looked.
Can you just continue to take a picture for a minute? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for the like hot old nurse. To be honest, if I put this in, little. I know this. We got a snack.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given on December 13th, 2022 by the city clerk in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal and the Press of Atlantic City, and filing written notice in the office of the city clerk of the city of Vineland.
Chair entertains a motion that the 2023 minutes of pre-meeting conference and the regular meeting of February 28th and the work session of March 7th be approved as submitted.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. And at this time,
I have resolution number 2023-120, a resolution commending Shelby Watts as Miss Cumberland County 2023. We're on page.
entertains a motion that resolution number 2023-120 be adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Our mayor will come forward.
Congratulations, and I would like to present to you one of the highest honors the mayor's office gets to deliver, and that is an official proclamation here from the city of Vineland from my office on your achievement. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Then I get a further honor, and these are nice when you get these little bonuses. This is the President's Volunteer Service Award, which is also presented to Shelby, and her gold as a gold sponsored award by AmeriCorps in recognition and appreciation for her commitment to strengthen our nation and our communities throughout her volunteer service, and she has been awarded this for the year of 2022. Congratulations.
And I have Resolution 2023-121, a resolution commending Riley Howerton as Miss Bayshore Teen 2023.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2023-121 be adopted according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Thank you, Council President. And Riley, we would also like to present to you also the proclamation from my office here from the City of Vineland. And also, Riley has the same gold achievement from the President's Volunteer Service Award for the year of 2023. Thank you. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. Thank you, ladies.
Congratulations, Miss Cumberland County and Miss Bayshore Teen. All the best to you. At this time, we'll have the mayor. He's going to do a presentation for the 2023 calendar year budget.
Thanks, Jared.
Welcome.
All right, everyone, welcome to our annual budget address here for the City of Vineland. So this will be the overview here of what you're going to see in this budget here, what our services include for our tax dollars, how they are spent, the results of our operations, the current history of our fund balance, the overview, the history of our state aid, current economic development trends, and our accomplishments in the administration. First thing, as usual, is public safety and our services that are here under that portion, which is police, fire, EMS, OEM, as we know it, our Office of Emergency Management, our municipal corps, animal control, and then the LoSAP, which is paid to the volunteer firefighters. Public Works, street maintenance. I'm going to change that to lack of snow removal this year. Thank goodness. It was a little less of a beating on the roadways for a change. Stormwater maintenance, brush and limb removal, and of course our recreation fields. Public health services include obviously the usual vital statistics, community nursing, rabies clinics, STD, COVID vaccine clinics, and also COVID testing. Our general government services here, which are obviously mandated along with some of the other services that we do and perform through the clerk's office, planning, our administration, license inspections, tax collection, zoning, legal and engineering, auditing, uniform commercial code, our tax assessor, finance, our website, and the insurance department. If you recall, over the years past, we always did a breakdown. We used to show the slide as $1 and how much our expenditures were. And we changed it up a little bit this year to continue to show and teach the public more about where the money is spent and how it is truly allocated. And I think this graphic makes it a little bit clearer As you can see, each to the left columns, which are horizontal, you will see what each tax rate is and how it's applied. Immediately to the right of that, you'll see who manages it and what the overall real percentage of dollar is. And if you'll notice, the city of Vineland is the local tax levy, which is the 1.059 in purple, which is managed by all of us here. And we essentially run the entire city of Vineland on 34.5 cents on a dollar. I want everybody to kind of digest that again. We talk about this annually, but this is a real true depiction of where it goes. 40.4% goes directly to the county, which is managed by the Commissioner Board, formerly known as the Board of Chosen Freeholders. 23.5 cents goes directly to the Board of Education. The library is taking 1.2, and then of course, open space, which is another 0.4%, is managed by county. So when you look at what's in the county's hands, it's 40.8%. County resources as opposed to directly here. And I think there's a lot of confusion on that in many cases. And I want to overemphasize that for the public at home as well when they're watching this to understand where we are, running the largest geographic size city in the state of New Jersey, 34.5 cents. Here's a nice graph of where we are with our operating surplus used in each budget. Obviously, we give the comparison from calendar year 22 to 23. And we're being very fiscally responsible and very prudent with how we're spending our money and our surpluses while we're constantly building that operating surplus each and every year to gain and get better. And a little bit later on, you'll see the history of that, where it was when we came in and where it has ascenended to. Ask and you shall receive, right? And here we are. You can see going all the way back to 2012, when state aid was significantly different. And you'll see that again in another chart moving forward. And then coming into our first year, which was 2017 when we took over the budget, we immediately went from the lowest point that you can see in our most recent history, and it continues to climb every single year. This is a testament to what finance does every single day, and our department heads in being responsible with the money that's being spent, in dealing with a lot of economic challenges. And as we all know, the challenges we faced in 2020, 21, and continuing through this year with the lingering effects of the pandemic, the effects of the inflation here in the United States, and our current state of economy. I'm very proud of what we've been able to do and continuing to climb even through these very difficult circumstances. So we've continued the capital pay-as-you-go program, as I know council is familiar, where we've taken things out of long-term debt and bonding that we felt were unnecessary in being there, being again more responsible with money and spending it as necessary and on the equipment that is extremely important, and not going into long-term debt for no reason. Funding for our road improvements, drainage, and sidewalks, which you can see are happening all over the city of Vineland. Public property paving projects, which we've been doing a very good job at parks and other areas and parking lots. The heavy equipment that's been needed to continue to maintain the city. The Jake's Park initiative, which we're working on, which will be hopefully going out to bid. I believe, Rick, we said late summer, early fall on that project. It's going to be an all-inclusive park for folks with special needs and other disabilities that they will be able to utilize, children and adults alike, which will be unlike anyone other than its kind. Jake's Park initiative took place originally in Cherry Hill.
That was the first one.
Was the first one, and there's been several that have been patterned after that. However, what we've done here was taken it to a whole other level to include not just those folks, but some other folks with sensory issues. Our senior center upgrade projects, we should be out to bid for construction manager currently.
We are.
We are, okay? So pretty soon, once that comes back and that's awarded, we will then begin the process of them having to select a contractor to do the various upgrades that will be done to really refurbish the senior center. And I'd say bring it back to its old pride, but I think we're going to step that up and go a little bit further than where it originally was. And we have a plan there for that entire building and the management of such. Of course, the city vehicles and replenishing the fleet, making sure that our first responders and our departments that are out every single day have safe vehicles out there to serve the public. We're continuing to fund blight elimination projects. other public safety ventures, and of course, our animal control services. You can see here, under the pay-as-you-go, the funding for the road improvements and drainage. There's a variety of different criteria that we meet to do that, from federal and local aid, our road department budget. We've completed more than 11 miles of road improvements in the past year. Our paving needs at a number of our public properties, and we continue the aggressive approach in resurfacing, paving, and our drainage improvements. In 2023, we anticipate getting another 12 miles of improvements done and projects on 35 residential streets, preservation projects on an additional 17 streets. And of course, the local transportation improvement program, our TIP, there's a 3-year plan on file in engineering, and a list of those roads on file with engineering division are available as needed. Planning will continue to go through 2027 and beyond, where we've been working with engineering on longer range plans. City vehicles, we're continuing to replace the aging vehicles in the fleet and other equipment that are necessary. And we do have a 6-year replacement plan. And again, not bonding on vehicles, paying for them up front and being done with the debt. Therefore, again, in a true fiscal responsible manner, we're not paying unnecessary interest on vehicles that we have no need for. With blight elimination, the code enforcement budget has been increasing. They did 450 inspections in that month, generating $900,000 in fees collected in support of the city budget. Big number because it's a larger number than they've collected in the past. They've been working diligently in the department, inspection after inspection, and staying on top of things that had been let go for many years. It's going to continue to improve. It's going to continue to get better, and in hopes of true enhancement of public safety in the buildings. Code enforcement officers, of course, have been enforcing our quality of life ordinances, and each year the complaints have decreased, we're proud to say. And then out of the dilapidated structures, there was 8 that have been demolished or are being refurbished for resale. Public safety, we're continuing our commitment, obviously, to our first responders. That's something we've started a number of years ago and have continued with. You can see the number of new hires between now and the August academies that we're looking for. Year-over-year reduction in crime across a number of categories here in the city of Vineland. We're continuing with our community policing efforts in order to do outreach. We've had over 30 events, including but not limited to National Night Out, Coffee with a Cop, Cones with a Cop, and of course Shop with a Cop. There's the anticipated completions of that forensics building. We're getting very, very close to that now. All departments, I'm very proud, have worked collaboratively together to get that project to where it is now. Also, by doing much of the work in-house, we've saved a significant amount of money. Fire department, they responded to nearly 2,300 calls for service and conducted nearly 3,100 fire prevention inspections. So, 5,400 touch points just from those departments alone. It's a lot of work, and they're doing a great job. Director Franchetta isn't here this evening, but kudos to him and the Chief Tramontana on really running a tight ship there. The fire department is continuing their radio drills, their operation plans and reviews. They conducted an active shooter drill at my request at Vineland High School this past summer. Councilman Spinelli, I know you were there with us too on that. Arthur popped into that. Everybody was, made privy to some of this as well. That we're constantly trying to work with the school district in ways to enhance public safety and enhance our response times, and letting them know the appropriate folks to be here. And the only way you become very fluid at this is by constant training. EMS obviously continues to provide support for the health department with vaccination clinics. They responded themselves to 13,000 calls for medical service in the past year. It's an awful lot. We were a big city. Animal control, which is not a fun topic for any of us, least of all Rick. We have looked at this, and we want to show this here because this is an increasing cost every single year, which we're kind of fighting to a degree because, in my opinion, I don't know that we are truly fairly charged, but we are working through the logistics of this, try to get some sort of an equalization here amongst the county on this particular line item. But this is a very true expense, which you can see is over a penny on the tax rate. State aid comparison, probably one of my favorite little graphs here to show you really what has been done and how hard finance has worked. As you can see, going back to 2008, when state aid was very high, and each year moving forward, it was significant. And I happened to reference 2012 versus where we are today, previously in our surplus and our operating fund balance. If you look at that, the state aid then, and I may have to look at this one, $6.3 million in state aid. Now in 22, we're at 6.2 million. We're going to be right around 6.2 million this year in 23, correct? A little smidge over. As you can tell, we're still not where we were back then, and you can look at how we've lost revenue coming in from the state, but we've continued to increase our operating surpluses. We've balanced our budget, made our expenditures and our revenues equal every year, and we've really done a great job as a team effort here in getting this together, not sacrificing services to the city, but enhancing them and continuing the growth in public safety, cleaning the city, repairing our infrastructure. And that's an important graph to note, because obviously every time you lose a couple $100,000 or more, it becomes significant. When you think of the aid numbers back to 2008, you're looking at just shy of $8.5 million without the inflation that you see today, although they had their own share of challenges then, and without the costs that you see today, without all of the changes we've made today. And we've been able to do all this on less money. So I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish for our citizens. Redevelopment projects here in the city. You can see here that Landis Avenue facade projects are underway, and people are taking advantage of the grant funding, which has been great. Planning and zoning boards have approved another $125 million in projects here in the city of Vineland, including a new manufacturing and construction space, repackaging operations, new food production distribution facilities, pallet manufacturing, warehousing, professional medical office space. As of today, we had another meeting on economic development in my office with one of our current food processors here in the city of Vineland that is looking for a major expansion and going into a 5-year plan for even further expansion to increase from around 50,000 square feet to 750,000 square feet, making us their United States hub. The UEZ, our Vineland Revolving Loan Fund, obviously is a catalyst for this. Our loan portfolio is the largest around at $71 million, and we did $19 million in new loans in 2022 for businesses. Construction on phase 1 of Newcomb Senior Apartments is just about complete, and they're going to be having a ribbon cutting, I believe, coming up in the next week or two. Phase 2 is going to be starting soon over there, and then redevelopment of the 62-acre West Campus on Island Road. We're getting very close to finishing the acquisition of that property, which frankly I don't think that's going to last 5 minutes. Once we own it, it'll all be sold out. More accomplishments in here, which Garden Mill traffic signal, which has been a very long and arduous process, is just about complete, minus some cleaning up and some finishing touches. The traffic light is a wonderful addition there. The merchants in the industrial park and the residents along Garden Road there in that portion of Mill are extremely happy, and I'm glad we were able to get to this point with that. The utility is designing a distribution division garage. The demo of the old Limper Brothers site is down, getting ready to prepare that for the construction of a new firehouse. We have tested the new emergency storm management system. Water service line replacements all over for residential and commercial customers, and we're doing that in conjunction with our road improvements. It's important for everyone to know that when we're going down and we're tearing up a roadway and we're looking to redo it, we are getting underground, we are looking at drainage, we are looking at the underground utilities, and we are making sure that they are addressed. So once the pavement is done, we can know that there's a complete job. Let's see, installation of a new water main on Northeast Avenue. The extension is going well, which is from Wheaton to Forest Grove, and it has begun. GPS collection of critical infrastructure asset locations. So we are really moving forward with technology. We are looking at some different things because of the Water Accountability Act, which is another piece of legislation that's gotten dumped on us. Seems to have its own revisions, and they take a life of their own sometimes, but we are in compliance with everything right now. And we are still working on our Smart City initiative, our ISP project, and we are looking at the next set of options from the first couple rounds with our consultants, so that's going to continue to move forward. Something we're extremely proud of. Thank council for always supporting us with public safety. We held the largest promotional ceremony in the police department's history, involving 15 officers, including the first African American to be promoted to lieutenant in the police department, the first Hispanic officer promoted to chief of police, also representing the quality and diversity of our community. I'm very proud that we were able to do that. We did 16 new firefighters and EMS personnel were honored for saving a woman from an apartment fire, showing that our people are the best of the best, truly not afraid to sacrifice themselves for someone else's well-being. One of 81 communities to do so, and that's out of 564 of us in the state of New Jersey. Vineland Green Team held their first environmental fair, and they were doing a great job. We've added additionally 90 acres to the Vineland Creek Nature Reserve. A ton of upgrades to park facilities, including the fields and court replacements and pavings, roadways and parking lots leading into those parks. And then we dedicated a fourth downtown mural at 520 Landis Avenue, honoring the Mexican culture as part of our urban canvases on the Avenue project. What we're anticipating as far as accomplishments in this budget is going to be, continued commitment to recruiting the brightest personnel we can get, continued marketing initiatives and the branding of the city, commitment to updating our aging fleet and our buildings, commitment to our Smart City initiative, the development of the My Vineland mobile app that's going to help residents stay up to date, especially those that only use a mobile device, not necessarily a laptop computer or some sort of tabletop desktop computer. Launching online portals for pet licensing, signups, and payment kiosks. Continued support of the Crisis Intervention Training Program, which instructs our officers on de-escalation techniques. Construction is going to begin on the new firehouse. Preliminary planning for a public works facility at Weston Park Avenue. And upgrades to the public works Walnut Road facility, including paving and pole barn, that are much needed. So the process of the adoption of the budget is going to be, obviously, we're introducing now tonight, March 14th. Public hearing will be held on April 11th, and any amendments if needed, much to Keith's dismay. Hopefully he'll leave that for Rich if there is one. And then adoption of the budget on April 11th, 2023. Council have any questions? Up to you, Dr. Rusher. The budget's now turned over to the council. I would tell you honestly, I mean, you have a budget that's before you, it's got some pennies in it just because of what we're seeing, precautionary measures. When we prepare the budget, obviously, we're done well before the governor gives his address, as he did again this year, but we're being preemptive in making sure that we're not losing anything to fall short. However, this is a very tight, sound budget. I can assure you, as always, when we present them, everything is taken into consideration. Challenge, revenues and expenditures, but they've done a great job putting it together. I think we've thought about everything possible for today and what we can prepare for and plan for any future contingencies, including emergency management and future preparedness. Some of the weather events, we've been fortunate with snow not being prevalent this year. However, that usually means we're probably going to be in being in the metro. Usually one follows the other. Ron's not here, so I guess I'm missing one.
You got the $1 billion question.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you as always for the opportunity to present to council. Taking the time this evening, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Reach out to myself or so. If I may, if you may indulge me for one more minute. Sure. Thanks, Sue, personally, and her team. You guys always do a great job in going through these things. And the last couple of budgets have been in crisis mode, because we have no idea where the governor's going. The COVID things are happening. We've been trying to not stack too many people in a room, trying to keep everybody safe. and it's been important that we're there, but we've been working hard on this, and I know I've driven Sue a special brand of crazy in this budget, so thank you for indulging me and making sure that we have everything together. You guys did a fantastic job as always. There's no other team I can imagine working with than yours, so thank you. Don't see me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Sue, and your team. Good job. Thank you.
Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes to City Council's bylaws and the New Jersey statutes on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute limit to comment. She or he cannot yield time to another individual. She or he may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar or offensive language is prohibited, and City Council will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy and respect and requires members of the public to do the same.
And at this time, is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard? Please come to the microphone if you are. No comment? Mr. Petrosky?
I have ordinance number 2023-12, an ordinance to release, vacate, and extinguish any and all public rights in and to the unimproved extension of Liberty Avenue right-of-way, which is ready for a continued public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-12 be taken up for a continued public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-12? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-12 be continued to Tuesday, March 28th, 2023, at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2023-13, an ordinance to release, vacate, and extinguish any and all public rights in and to the unimproved extension of Cornell Street right-of-way, which is ready for a continued public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-13 be taken up for a continued public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-13? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-13 be continued to Tuesday, March 28th, 2023, at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2023-16, ordinance amending ordinance 86-38 as amended, Chapter 425 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Land Use, and the City of Vineland Zone Map to correct a drafting error thereon, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-16 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-16? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-16 be closed.
So move.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-16 be taken up for a second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Nay.
Mr. Spinelli?
Nay.
Mr. Vargas?
Nay.
Dr. Arthur?
Nay.
It's ordinance 2023-16, ordinance amending ordinance 86-38 as amended, Chapter 425 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Land Use and the City of Vineland Zone Map to correct a drafting error therein is defeated. Not adopted. I have ordinance number 2023-17, ordinance amending ordinance 2009-5 as amended, Chapter 597 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Shopping Carts, to set forth further restrictions on removal from stores and to set forth obligations related thereto, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-17 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second. Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-17? Please come to the mic and state your name.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Mike. My name's Mike Botino from the local shop right here. I guess for our group, my group, it was more understanding what the council was moving towards. If the intent was to fine an individual if they found a cart, or would it be the entity that the cart belonged to? From our standpoint, we do everything we can to make sure the carts don't leave our building. They cost us a lot of money to replace them. It was more just clarification of when the article came out and what the intent of the council was for that ordinance.
He has to speak into the microphone.
Mike?
Yes.
One of the concerns that we had was that Public Works was finding themselves picking up these carts and then delivering them to the different stores, all at the taxpayer's expense. So this ordinance now gives them the opportunity to call. So long as a cart has a name and a number on it, they will call and give the owner time to retrieve it off of the street. And if they fail to do that, then the city will pick it up and put it in storage and give the owner additional time. And if they pick it up, there's no fine, there's nothing, because all of the city wants is compliance. And we understand that a lot of these carts are being taken without your permission, all of them probably.
Yes.
But they pose a hazard. A lot of them end up in the roadways, on sidewalks, and they're valuable.
Yeah.
And so we want the owners of the carts to take advantage of it and pick them up off of the street, or pick them up once they're picked up by the Public Works. But to deliver them to all the different stores, it's not cost effective and not fair to the taxpayers. So this actually does provide an alternative to fines or anything, because we don't want fines. A $50 fine is nothing, but we want compliance, and we understand it's a difficult thing to keep those carts on your property. I know a lot of the carts are going missing by people that can't use plastic bags anymore. And we understand that there's other issues as well. We're trying to help you take the carts off of the street, identify where they are, and give you the opportunity to take them up.
Yeah, okay. I just needed some clarification there, so I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rick. Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-17 be closed.
So move.
Second. Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-17 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-17, ordinance amending ordinance 2009-5 as amended, Chapter 597 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Shopping Carts, to set forth further restrictions on removal from stores and to set forth obligations related thereto. This ordinance is adopted.
Petrosky, please submit ordinance number 2023-17 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes. I have ordinance number 2023-18, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Security Guard, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-18 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance 2023-18? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-18 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-18 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-18, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Security Guard. This ordinance is adopted.
Petrosky, please submit ordinance number 2023-18 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I have ordinance number 2023-19, ordinance vacating and deleting the titles of City of Vineland Treasurer and Assistant Treasurer as no longer needed and amending ordinance 88-59 as amended, establishing signature practice for checks, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-19 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-19? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-19 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-19 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-19, ordinance vacating and deleting the titles of City of Vineland Treasurer and Assistant Treasurer as no longer needed and amending ordinance 88-59 as amended, establishing signature practice for checks. This ordinance is adopted.
Petrosky, please submit ordinance number 2023-19 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2023-20, ordinance amending ordinance 2017-10 as amended, Chapter 687, Part 2, Article 7, Section 687-79 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Customer Service Center, and ordinance 1062 as amended, Chapter 5, Section 5-15 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Division of Information Systems, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-20 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-20? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-20 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-20 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion?
Yes. Last time I voted against this. I'll vote in favor of this, but I have my reservations as I feel that the IT department has their hands full, and this is not your normal reporting relationship, but I will support this after having an extensive conversation with the mayor and several of the senior staff here.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-20, ordinance amending ordinance 2017-10 as amended, Chapter 687, Part 2, Article 7, Section 687-79 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Customer Service Center, and ordinance 1062 as amended, Chapter 5, Section 5-15 of the Code of the City of Vineland, entitled Division of Information Systems. This ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2023-20 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have ordinance number 2023-21, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-21 be taken up for the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-21, ordinance authorizing the purchase of Block 3402, Lot 39 for $500,000 from Cumberland Recycling.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-21 be passed for the first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2023-22, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-22 be taken up for the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur? Ordinance number 2023-22, bond ordinance providing for improvements to various roads and related drainage and sidewalk improvements in and by the City of Vineland and the County of Cumberland, New Jersey, appropriating $5 million therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $4,750,000 bonds or notes of the city to finance part of the cost thereof.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-22 be passed for the first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2023-23, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-23 be taken up for the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-23, bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the City of Vineland and the County of Cumberland, New Jersey, appropriating $6,380,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $6,061,000 bonds or notes of the city to finance part of the cost thereof.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have resolution number 2023-102, a resolution to introduce the calendar year 2023 budget of the City of Vineland.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2023-102 be adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion?
Yes, Madam President, I would like to congratulate Finance and the Mayor and the Finance Committee for working on this budget. They did one heck of a job. A lot of money cut out of this budget to get it where it is. And really, all our services are intact.
I want to ditto what my colleague has said. Having worked on budgets in the past at a state level, I know how difficult they are and how much work they take. And I greatly appreciated the presentation that was done because it demonstrates the work that staff has put into this process.
Thank you. Anything else? Oskey?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
We'll move now into the consent agenda items. I have 2023-103, a resolution authorizing an application for 2023 distracted driving crackdown grant funds. 2023-104 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a letter of agreement between the New Jersey Association of County and City Health Officials and the City of Vineland to accept NACHO funding for services provided by the Vineland Health Department for the Enhancing Local Public Health Infrastructure Grant. 2023-105 is a resolution authorizing the Director of the Department of Licenses and Inspections to issue various original and/or renewal licenses for the year 2023. 2023-106 is a resolution exercising option to renew contract C20-0106 for private collection of municipal court debt, City of Vineland RFP 2020-25. 2023-107 is a resolution determining and directing the foreclosure of tax sale certificates number 14-00459 and 19-00332 pursuant to NJSA 54:5-104.29 et sec. 2023-108 is a resolution approving Vineland revolving loan funds for Joshua Motors 2 LLC or assigns. 2023-109 is a resolution approving Vineland revolving loan funds for Bagel U Realty LLC or assigns. 2023-110 is a resolution approving Vineland revolving loan funds for James V. Marone or assigns. 2023-111 is a resolution approving surety reduction, release, or renewal as submitted by the Director of Licenses and Inspections. 2023-112 is a resolution approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such land and to be added to and become part of the taxes to be assessed and levied upon such land. 2023-113 is a resolution canceling certain accounts payable items for the City of Vineland. 2023-114 is a resolution providing and authorizing the payment of bills and demands against the City of Vineland. 2023-115 is a resolution approving transfer of membership of Manuel A. Aguilar from Fire Company Number 4 to Fire Company Number 6. 2023-116 is a resolution approving transfer of membership of Alex J. Dickerson from Fire Company Number 2 to Fire Company Number 6. 2023-117 is a resolution approving transfer of membership of Jordan L. Perez from Fire Company Number 3 to Fire Company Number 6. 2023-118 is a resolution authorizing execution of deed transferring certain undeveloped portions of real property of the City of Vineland located at Block 7503, Lot 45.01. 2023-119 is a resolution to amend Resolution Number 2023-92 approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such property. 2023-122 is a resolution authorizing the filing of 2 applications for funding under the fiscal year 2022 Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Grant Program. And I have reports of the various departments for the end of calendar year 2022 and request the reports be received and filed.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
That's all the formal business I have, Madam President.
At this time, is there any comments from council? Mr. Acosta?
No.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes, I do. I'd like to send my condolences again to the Ritchie Keith family. Just a note that we lost a great man that dealt with our children in our city, and especially the PAL. For many years, he dedicated a lot of time there with no funding. I mean, these individuals, not only him, but many, but today we lost a great man last week. And I could only say, may you rest in peace, Coach and Champ. That's all.
Councilman Spinelli?
I'd have to echo Al's comments about Richie Cates. He was my neighbor growing up. I remember young guys, he was running, training, and we would always run out to the street and talk to him and give him water. And he was always for the kids. That's all he thought about was the kids. And good family guy, good guy, and just very, very good person. Also, theater has been doing well. We've been bringing in some good bands, 500 people at some of the concerts. Both venues are open next door. The downstairs restaurant is open for dinner and lunch. They've added, the menu's gotten a little bit bigger, so they added some flatbreads and pizzas as well as the other things that they had. And the upstairs has different type of nights every night of the week. So not going out and looking, you can't say that there's nothing to do because there are things to do now. Go out and try it.
I also want to thank the Palo students for coming tonight, and congratulations again to the two young ladies, Ms. Watts and Ms. Howerton. And also thank you to the mayor for his presentation on the budget. And one other congratulations, I understand we're going to lose a judge. Judge Demetrica Todd Ruiz has been appointed to the Superior Court, I believe. So we may be losing her, and I would like to just extend congratulations to her.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
If I may, I just want to note the recent passing as well of Chuck Griffiths, who was elected to the governing body in 1984 and served as the president of the governing body from 1988 to 1992. At that time, he left a little bit early because he was appointed then to the Board of Freeholders to serve the county. He also served on the State Affordable Housing Commission. Chuck was the consummate professional, consummate educator. He was the chairman of the history department at Vineland High School for many years and was a good mentor of mine. And I just wanted that to be acknowledged tonight.
Thank you.
I just want to add to that, he was my homeroom teacher for 3 years, and boy, that's a man that I truly respected.
Anything else? Nothing further? Chair entertains a motion to adjourn the regular session.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?